it's Julia. I promised you that I'd do a live on this Chompies bread a while back, and I'm going to bring in my daughter Lauren.
Hi.
Get her to participate. She got up early to go to coffee with her dad today, which I was excited that she got out of bed before like 4 o'clock, so it was excellent. So Chompies bread. We can scoot over here a little bit. It's kind of hard with my kitchen. So Chompies bread is a low carb bread that's kind of cool in the fact that it only has like 2 net carbs per slice, and they're actually real slices of bread. They taste pretty good. I don't know if you tried it yet.
No, I haven't.
So you have not tried it, but my mom, who's diabetic, she loves this bread. You can make sandwiches out of it. You can make French toast. You can do whatever you want with bread. So what you have to remember with it is each slice, if you're on our fat burn program, is worth 1 ounce of your protein. So 2 slices is 2 ounces of your protein. 4 slices is 4 ounces of your protein. And it depends on what you're pairing it with too. So I'm going to give you a couple examples here. So Lauren, I'm going to have you, so this is 1 egg that we have already cracked in there. I took that away from you. And then and then you're going to take that milk that's in there, dump that in there, so it's a 4th cup of milk. And then we are going to have half a teaspoon of that cinnamon, so you should have your teaspoon stuff there. And I actually kind of like doing this with pumpkin pie spice. Sorry, I forgot to get that vanilla out.
In there.
Yep, in there. But the pumpkin pie spice or cinnamon is great.
I'm putting vanilla in here too.
And then you're going to put a teaspoon of vanilla in there. And if you accidentally don't want it, it's probably not the end of the world. Like that. Like I do every time out of that bottle. It's like impossible.
With Grandma Audie cooking.
Oh no. Well, she probably would be more accurate because
She's getting my
she's cooking. So this is whisking just this all up, so anybody can do that. And then what we do, I'm going to move this a little bit this way. So you just heat up, you can heat up a fry pan. We have like this kind of bigger pan that we heat up. You know it's kind of hot, just like when you're making a pancake, if it does that, it sizzles. And then I just usually take a little bit of Pam when I'm ready. That's good. So it's all mixed up, smells good, smells like French toast. And we're just gonna spray this. Try not to spray underneath. You'll set yourself on fire. So anyway, then Lauren, you're just gonna dip both sides of the bread in there and then set it on the burner. And we're gonna do all 4 pieces of bread. And you can kind of soak them in there. So we have 4 whole pieces of bread and we kind of have to use all that liquid in there. So if you're like me, the last one always ends up getting more than the other one. So we're gonna do this and we're just gonna, cook them on each side. The cool thing about this recipe is you can have all 4 pieces of this bread. That's the last piece. All 4 pieces of it, and you can have like 2 tablespoons of sugar-free syrup, which is this one that I have is called Carrie's. You can totally use a different kind of syrup too. This is the one that I have. It's pretty tasty. I can't tell the difference. So we just basically cook these, for, I don't know. It's kind of like one of those things where you have to check because it seems like it's different, and I usually burn them, at least once. I'm good at burning things. So you just kind of keep beating
eggs.
after it's, eggs. I always start with the eggs. Like this one is the one that we put on first. That's pretty good. If it's not cooked all the way, we'll just keep turning it after a little while. But the cool thing about these is you can have all 4 pieces and you have 2 tablespoons of the sugar-free syrup. And then you can have 3 servings of vegetables. So I measured out like 3 servings of tomatoes. That's 3 servings of tomatoes, so you'd slice them up. And you can have 3 servings of tomatoes. You can have 3 servings of any vegetable, really. Yeah, you can check and see. And that would be, you know, your full meal, having 4 pieces of this toast with the egg. And the breakdown of what the nutrition is with 4 pieces is 8 total net carbs. It has 16 total carbs, but with the fiber in there, it gives you 8. 14 grams of fat, 36 grams of protein, and 343 calories. And that includes with the syrup as well. So it's pretty tasty. The other recipe that I would do with this bread, and I'm not going to make it for you every day. How's that looking? That back burner is always a little bit slow. But the other recipe that I like to do with this bread is making sandwiches out of it. So if you want to make a grilled cheese sandwich, what's that?
How do you tell when they're done?
Oh, yeah, just keep flipping it a little bit. Okay. You can kind of press on it too, just to see if it's feeling like the eggs are cooked. You know, you can always heat it up in the microwave too if it gets cold or you think it needs a little bit more. So 2 pieces of bread for this. So once again, each piece of bread is worth an ounce of your lean. And then this would be like an ounce of cheese. So 2 pieces of bread plus an ounce of cheese equals 3 ounces. And then we need 5 ounces because we're having a little bit of ham with it. So this is from the lean category. So this is 2 ounces of ham. So if you wanted to make a ham sandwich, you could have this many ounces of cheese, which is 1, this much ham, which is 2, and each piece of bread is worth 1. So, you know, it's just kind of fun to play around with. What I like to do to make sure, you know, because I like to come up with recipes and stuff, but when I first started, I never did that. I literally never did that. I just followed what everybody else told me, like a pre-approved recipe. You don't need to squash it. But yeah, they look good. So this is 4 servings, and you can always spray the other side with ham a little bit too if you feel like it's not browning up, because
That one was just on the back, so it's going.
Oh, gotcha. So anyway, you know, you don't have to come up with these recipes. You don't have to recreate the wheel. Just copy what somebody else did before you and make it easy on yourself. But if you do want to get to this point and try to figure out recipes like I like to, you just Google Optavia guide, and you can look at the guide, see what the categories are for what a lean is and what the categories are for the actual lean part of the protein. So your coach can go over this with you and help you a little bit, but just try to manipulate it yourself first if there's something that you want to try to create. And there's, you know, all sorts of help. There's another document that can give you a recipe conversion guide. So you can just Google Optavia recipe conversion guide, and it'll tell you exactly what you're looking for. I usually go into MyFitnessPal or like a carb manager and just double check my math. So I basically plug in all the ingredients that I have and make sure that it's falling in the right categories, so I'm giving people good advice. So that's how I utilize this bread. You don't have to use it by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a good option out there. If for some reason you feel like you just can't introduce back in bread and it'll be too hard for you, then just don't introduce it back in. I was able to eat it you know, totally fine. It didn't mess up my fat burn while I was going through the program, and I still enjoy it each day now. So, you know, another thing that I would use it for, and I'll put some of these recipes in, is if you wanted to have your optional snack, which is 2 tablespoons of peanut butter, PP2. Let me clarify, the powdered peanut butter, not the regular peanut butter. So you take 2 tablespoons of the powdered peanut butter, looks like this, and you reconstitute it like it says on the back. I think it's like 1 tablespoon or 1.5 tablespoons, and mix it up until it's how you want it. And then you can take that 1 piece of bread and you can put the PB2 on top of it and have it with a fueling. So what that would stand for is that would stand for 1 ounce of your protein for the day, your optional snack, and then you would have your fueling at the same time. And then later on at night when you had your lean and green meal, you would subtract off 1 ounce of your protein from your meal. So it's very simple. Like I said, 1 piece of bread is equal to 1 ounce of protein. And check with your coach if you have some questions. And I will post some recipes. Thanks. Bye.